What's going on, everybody? It's Wisco Fantasy here. About to do another breakdown for you guys. This time with Kung Lao Buzzsaw. For those of you who don't know, in this last patch, Kung Lao kind of got buffed in like every way possible. He's got a lot more options now, specifically with Buzzsaw. They tweaked a lot of things with that variation specifically. But let me run through the patch notes for you guys real quick. Tor's front punch is now -2 on block and has reduced recovery. That is -2, has reduced recovery. Fantastic. Away front punch now hits high, has 7 startup frames, and is 0 on block, and has reduced recovery. So this, it does hit high, but I don't think that's really going to affect his playstyle too much because it gets used in very specific scenarios. But it's a lot faster, it's 0 on block, it's going to be a very good tool for him here on out. Away front punch, big kick together is now -3 on block and has increased pushback. So this string is -3 and has amazing pushback. Like, that's almost Mystic Ermac level right there, if not the same level. So that becomes a really good tool for him. You'll see it in a lot of my combos because it's got a hard knockdown, which is really good for Buzzsaw. But moving forward, Tor's front kick is +1 on block and has reduced recovery. So that's +1. You put those two together, and it's +2. I haven't really found a good reason to use this in game. I mean, it is only +2, but it's still early in the patch, so we'll have to see. Next is down front punch, now has 7 startup frames. So his down one is now 7 frames. It was 8 frames. It may not seem like a big deal to maybe some of you new guys, but his down one now being 7 frames allows him to compete a little bit more with people like Kodal, who has 6 frame down one. Same with Ermac, his is 6 frames. This being 7 frames also allows him to catch combos a little bit easier. You'll see. Vortex no longer has armor. That's common sense. It was an armored launcher, and that is no longer a thing. Rest in peace. Advanced teleportation now has 2 hits of armor, disappears 10 frames faster. This move is now fast as hell. It has 2 hits of armor, and you can hardly see it coming. Before this patch, his advanced teleportation, his teleportation in general was kind of garbage. It was really easy to see, and majority of the time you could just down one and full combo punish like it was nothing. So now that's a lot faster. You can actually chain it in combos. But the one thing they did take away, if you were to TP triangle, actually correction, if you were to advance teleportate, get hit with your armor, and decide to use your 2, it would just knock your opponent down to the ground. It wouldn't bounce them, because technically that would be an armored launcher. NRS really thought this through. I hate him for it, but you gotta respect him at the same time. Next for Buzzsaw specifically, increased damage on hat projectiles by 1. So this now hits a little bit harder. It's only by 1, but hey, you can't complain. Upward Buzzsaw now hits overhead. So his enhanced now hits overhead, which is fantastic. It provides a lot of other mix-ups that he can go into with some really hard to block moves you'll see later in this video. Next is Low Grinder, has increased pushback on block. So now this gives you room to go a little bit crazier with your stuff. Since armor launchers aren't a thing anymore, you really don't have a whole lot to worry about, and you can just go nuts with this stuff. Honestly, it's fantastic for Buzzsaw. Low Buzzsaw has 5 less block stun frames. So this is a little bit of a nerf. Your opponent can now recover 5 frames faster. It is going to be something you'll notice. You will see those frames, but all in all, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal for Kung Lao. Next, Hat Grinder and Buzzsaw now recover 4 frames faster. So this move and that move now recover 4 frames faster. which is fantastic. Pretty much makes it safe depending on your matchup. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Buzzsaw. So reeling back on one thing that I brought up earlier, his enhanced hat is now an overhead. Let's take this AI off a block real quick. So you can do stuff like this. I dropped the combo. You'll see I can make the combo count later in the video. But yeah, you can do crazy stuff like that. That's really hard to block. It provides many more options for him. It keeps the guessing game 10 times more intense than your opponent's going to want it to. And honestly, opens up Kung Lao in ways I didn't think he could be opened up on. But that does it for the breakdown. Now you're going to see some new combos that I've come up with or seen from other pro players. So sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.